In the previous video, we showed you how to set up time tracking for single users, technicians, or crews. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to add time tracking just into the desktop side. We're not going to use mobile devices. So we're going to show you how to add time tracking inside of a task, and also how to just go to the time tracking list and add time tracking, and then how that's pushed into the QuickBooks software. So first thing is, we're going to go ahead and create a task. Doesn't matter who it's for. You can also go into an existing task if you'd like. Go ahead and give it a name. And then you're going to select the user that already has time tracking set up as per the first video. I'm going to select Joe. And we have a tab here along the top. So we can click on time tracking. This opens up here. And what we're going to do is select the employee. And it's going to auto default to today's date. You can change this if you want. Not billable means you are not charging the customer that you're doing the job for. So you're not going to charge the customer for Joe's time. It's something that, you pay this employee hourly, and you're already eating the cost of that because you've already quoted them out something else. So now you can also select billable, which means you are going to charge the customer for Joe's time. So those are your two options. Billable is to charge the customer. After it goes to QuickBooks, you can apply it. Not billable means it's just you're keeping track of this technician's time for your own personal use. Now, it'll auto-select the customer's name that you have the task for. It's going to auto-select the service item that I set up in first video. Now, we have to manually just click here and enter the start time if we're only using the desktop and not using the mobiles. Let's say that we started at 11 a.m. in the morning, and this went until 11:30 a.m. When you tab out, the system automatically calculates the number of minutes or how long it was, and you can just put in here whatever you want for a comment if you need it. Now, you will want to make sure that you have either hourly or salary selected. Most of the time, it's going to be hourly if you're keeping track of this. And that's it. So we now have this person's or this user's time being tracked. Now you can, if you have other users set up and you want to add more, you can definitely use the drop down and add more here and just keep going. But let's just go ahead and say that's all we have. So when we close this task, we can, along the top of the software, go to miscellaneous drop down here and then go to employee time tracking. And we're going to see what I had just entered here. I think it's at the top of the list, this one right here. So we can double click the transaction number to get into that time tracking. And yep, this is the one, 11 a.m. to 11:30. And it pretty much has everything in there that we filled out before. If you need to, you can change it here if you want to charge customer now. You can make any changes here, including time changes if you must. It will automatically calculate here if you change it. And you can change the note or whatever you want. So from here, what you need to have to be able to push this into QuickBooks, you have to have an employee. You have to have a customer name, you have to have the service item selected, and you have to have a payroll item, and also the time. If this information is not in here, none of those things that I just listed off, this will not go to QuickBooks, it's going to error. So make sure you have all of those. It's a very important piece. So you just click the Post to QuickBooks button when you're ready. Make sure QuickBooks is open on the desktop. It's going to ask if you'd like to create this time keeping record in QuickBooks. Say yes. Going to go for a second, and then this right here will fill out in a solid black circle. That's your indication that it was sent to QuickBooks. If you go to QuickBooks, I think it's the Employee Center, you'll be able to see those times that were just pushed over. So we can click the Close button to close this. If you slide over, you can also see right here which ones were already sent to QuickBooks. Now let's say you don't have a task and you just want to record time. You get back to this screen here. Again, you go to Miscellaneous, Employee Time Tracking, click the Record Time button, and fill this out. Billable or not billable? Which employee am I using? Who's this going to be going against? We're going to charge, or it's for the customer, Brazil Food Market. I've got my service item in here already. Make sure you select a payroll item. You don't have to have a task or invoice number. It's not important. Same with class. They're just extras. Let's say they were there from 9:45 to 11:45 in the morning. You click out, it's going to calculate your duration in minutes. And you can put a note in if you want or leave it blank, doesn't matter. When you're done and you're ready to send that to QuickBooks, just make sure QuickBooks is open, hit Post to QuickBooks. And ask if you'd like to push that to QuickBooks, you say yes. And it's going to fill this out. That means that's in QuickBooks already. So you can then check the QuickBooks side and you'll see it there. And that's it. That's how you enter time tracking with tasks or just directly into the system with the service program. Have a great day.